Okay.
Aloha, everybody. So good to be here again. And now, as Cindy's going to share, we are live streaming on YouTube.
So, welcome everyone. If this is your first time with us in the Facebook group, we've had a lot of new people joining recently, and we're thrilled and we welcome you. And this is also our first um, session or live stream on YouTube. So we have our YouTube channel up and going, the Divine Feminine Shaman Academy. I'm Cindy, I live in Canada. My colleague,
Julia, I live in Hawaii, Big Island.
Julia, and I, we met a few years ago in our shaman training with the Four Winds Society in Alberto Villoldo, and we just had this instant sisterhood connection, and we've been working together ever since. And last year, we both got the same download at the same time to create this academy. It's been our passion project. It's deeply embedded in our hearts is to bring this medicine um, from the divine feminine perspective into the world, because we really believe that, when we are doing our own healing, which everything happens from within, and we bring in that nurturing feminine energy into it, not only do we heal our families, our community, humanity, Pachamama, our beloved Mother Earth, as we feel in our hearts, Julia, that this is our calling. This is what we are, our gift to bring to the world. And so we feel blessed, and we're very honored that you're joining us here today.
We feel like it's our gift to humanity uh, because of the pressure times that we're going through right now as a planet. And so there is a movement to restore the balance of the divine feminine with the divine masculine. And we feel very called to be part of that movement. It's our joy and our inspiration. Or as they say in Hawaiian, kuleana.
I love that. Beautiful. So we have a tradition here where we begin with opening sacred space. As shamans, we work within sacred space. And then Julia will just bring us in for a little, just center us with a little bit of drumming. And we have a great topic that we want to discuss here today, and that is dreaming our world into being from the shaman's perspective, from the divine feminine perspective. So we're excited to have a conversation around that today. So let's begin. To the winds of the south, Sachamama, beautiful serpent, mother of the waters. Come into our medicine space today, our sacred space, and wrap your coils of light and love around us. Help us to shed those old skins, those old beliefs, those old ways of being, those old stories, just as you shed your skin all at once. Help us to embrace our new tender skin with tenderness and sweetness and nurturing. And help us to just walk the beauty path, to touch everyone we meet with beauty, and to walk upon the earth with beauty, and to really embrace and embody your divine feminine wisdom. We thank you, Sachamama.
To the winds of the west. The direction of jaguars, Ortarango, mother, sister, brother, jaguars, king and queen of the jungle. You who are the master of all of our shadows, who know the ways beyond death, teach us the tools of the luminous warrior to walk in peace, in truth, impeccability, certainty with non-engagement. Help us, imbue us with your great courage to walk the path of our truth. We honor you today, Aho.
Mm. To the winds of the north, ancestors, ancient ones, grandmothers and grandfathers, we honor you who have come before us, and we honor you who will come after us, our children's children. Come and sit around the sacred fire with us. Share your ways, your wisdom, and your knowledge. We thank you. Siwak Kente, royal hummingbird, sweet bird, guide us on our soul's epic journey. Teach us your ways of inner stillness, inner peace, and help us to only focus on the sweet nectar of light. We thank you.
Aho. To the winds of the east, the place of the rising sun. May that sun rise in us today. May we feel that strength of a new beginning as the new year has emerged. May we be able to leave the old behind and rise up into the new. We acknowledge Condor, who takes us under his wings and flies us to be with him, her, to hear the mysteries of Great Spirit. Thank you for that. We honor Eagle, who teaches us how to fly above the storm, to look down upon the issue that we're contemplating as an obstacle and seeing it as an opportunity, giving us that new alignment, that new perspective, that new discernment. We honor Eagle and Condor for visionary gifts. Oh.
Pachamama, our divine mother, you who nurture, nourish, ground, and support all her people, stone people, plant people, four-legged, two-legged, the creepy crawlies, the finned, the furred, the winged, we thank you. And may we really learn to just nurture and bless and honor you in the same way that you do us. We thank you for all of your gifts. Aho.
Aho. Antitaita, Father Sky, Mama Kia, Grandmother Moon, Sashka Kuna, Star Nations, and celestial luminous beings of light and power, we invite you, Great Spirit, to come into our midst, to show us the way forward, to help us with wisdom, knowledge, and discernment, to help us divide our shadows from the light and the light from the dark. Give us that endowment today of courage and grace and vision. We thank you for your energy. We honor. Oh.
So opening up our own personal sacred space, or what we call the Viracocha. So we have a luminous ball of light, chakra 8 above, and we're going to open that up and spread that luminous golden energy all around ourselves. We invite you to join us, reaching up, turning the palms out, spread that light all around you, even underneath your feet, grounded into the earth. And then doing the same over what we call our IU, our community. So inhale and spread that light over each other. The more you practice this, you'll begin to notice how it feels to be in your own energy. So we invite you to, just practice that multiple times a day.
Mm-hmm. I know we do. Okay, so we're going to lead you in a short drumming, just to bring us into that higher dimensional perspective and energy that we can transcend our minds and go into our spirits. So inhale deeply, bringing that beautiful luminous energy down into your chakra field, into your energy field that we opened up. Inhale it. Use your exhalations to release anything you do not want to think about or be part of right now, for we are we're attuning to spirit mode. So inhale. I'm going to lead you in a breathing. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold the light. 2, 3, 4, and exhale. 2, 3, 4, and hold that. 2, 3, 4, and inhale. Inhale the light and hold that light. And release, 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 and hold that space. And inhale the light and hold that light. And exhale, release, and hold that space. Inhale the light. Hold it. Hold it in your heart. Now relieve any air in your lungs entirely till they're empty. And then settle down into a more sacred space. In your mind, travel with me, please. We're in the middle of a beautiful sunlit meadow. We're sitting cross-legged on the grass, or if your feet in front of that's more comfortable. And as we inhale, we find that we're inhaling the grounding of Pachamama and the luminous energy from above. And in that state, as we inhale a few times and release that which needs to leave with our exhalation, travel a little farther into your heart. And as we prepare for today, I invite you to call back your spirit. Situations in 2023 that perhaps were not aligned with you in your decision to give of yourself, call your spirit back. So you feel whole again. Call it back from situations that were not aligned with your highest good. And here we're just going to go into a very short meditation with Cindy.
And just invite you, as you settle into your heart and into your core, into your own energy, it's just to begin to call your energy back. Even from when you first opened your eyes this morning, all of the thoughts that started to rush through your head, even from your dream time, just call your energy back. Call your energy back from any business or rushing around today, or from technology or interactions with others. Call your energy back now. Just feel yourself grounded and centered in your being. And just expanding on how Julia had us just call energy back from any situations over the last year. Just anything that comes into your mind. Perhaps an argument, a disagreement, an illness, a loss, anywhere where your energy might still be hooked in a little bit. Just very gently and lovingly begin to call those parts of yourself back into the now, back to your heart, back to your lower belly, your wisdom center. Just continue to call back any parts of yourself that still feel like they're hooked into an old story, an old way of being, an old belief. You can be fully present in this moment. I'm just going to have you just come in and really hold that for a moment. And then just exhale exhale down. Imagine you're breathing into the earth. Just kind of ground yourself, ground your energy, being here in the now. I just invite you as we, go talk today about, dreaming our world into being, just really stay in your core, um, and be fully present, be with the breath. And if you find your mind getting distracted, just come back to the breath. Right? Spirit rides on the wave of the breath. So just keep coming back to the breath, back to the breath, to help you stay in the present moment. So, we just thought today we would talk about dreaming world into being. So many people have intentions for a new year and set all these intentions, whether they want to lose weight or, acquire something or travel or find their soulmate. But from a shaman's perspective, we, connect more to the spirit realms and we begin to dream our world into being. We're all dreaming our world into being all of the time. We're all creators of our own life. So if we're not liking what we're seeing in the outer world, we want to come within and work on what is manifesting within our own selves that is being reflected in the outer world that doesn't feel in alignment for us. Often it's because we're not in alignment within our own selves. So, we, as Julia, when she was calling in the east direction, she was calling in eagle condor to take us up into the ethereal realms. So this is where we connect with spirit. And when we're really in the manifesting mode, our crown chakra is open. We are connected to spirit, and that's where you get this inspiration. Have you ever felt just inspired to create something, whether it's, in the kitchen or in your art room or in your workplace or out in your yard or, so, just if you're feeling that, just, put your hand on your heart for a moment and just feel into that. Because what we want to do is when we're getting this inspiration is to bring and feel what it feels like in the body, because that's bringing it, from an inspired idea or inspiration to something that drops into feeling it in the physical body, which helps to really create and manifest it in a 3D reality that we're walking around in right here, right now. So,
And it all starts with a vision of what we sense that we are being called to, or that what we can create. And so don't turn that away. Go ahead and receive that when it comes to you. Let it ground in your body. It's funny, the show is called the Harmony and Healing Show. And when you manifest your dream, you are realigning with that principle, harmony and healing, within yourself, within your spirit, within your body.
I love that. And, it's just really, it's about keep bringing it into the body and feeling what it feels like, as if you already had that, because we're being inspired, our feelings and our guidance system. So when things are feeling good and we're feeling expansive, lean into that, right? So that is your guide, your inner guidance system saying, yes, follow this, right? Follow this path, go explore over here. And, if you're feeling a bit contracted, resistant, that's your spirit saying, maybe that's not in your highest alignment. I mean, we have free will choice. You can go either way. We can resist, or we can go, follow the feeling.
And dreaming reality and new reality into being is like restoring harmony to the collective consciousness.
Mhm.
So we become a major part of that as we reenact within our own spirit our desires and our visions, and we follow through. Then we become part of the creative process of the entire collective consciousness that is doing that. So it's very powerful. It's a very powerful act to be able to envision something and then say yes to it, and then allowing it to ground, as Cindy said, into your body, so that you actually start feeling the difference of where you're going, what you're doing.
Mhm. And, really when you said about collective consciousness, Julia, it just made me think of, you know, and leaning into what feels good is leaning into those things. Let your heart be your guide rather than your head, because our head takes us into all of the things that could go wrong, all of the obstacles that are in the way, right? An ego takes us above the obstacles, right? So we want to focus on, so you let that go, right? So when you have this vision or an inspiration and you hold it in your heart and you feel it in your body, and then let go of the how. That's where we trip ourselves up all the time, right? We get hooked into, and then the mind gets involved, right? And it'll come up with all the reasons that it won't work, or how hard it's going to be, or how long it's going to take. So really, this is where, turning it over to spirit, once you've let go of the how and just stay in the feeling and actioning, right? Following those inspirations and acting upon them, not just sitting on the couch and waiting for it to happen, but actually, take some inspired action.
I was going to say it kind of comes with a to-do list. It's not like we just get to sit back and envision and go, okay, I created something. No, there's probably a to-do list with it. Just like when we created this academy, it was a great
Mhm.
vision, but there was so much to do to make that a reality. And I really think that 2024 is a year of manifesting our dreams. And so that's
Well,
why we're encouraging you to enter into that. And so that you can look back at the end of the year, just like we're kind of looking back at 2023 and realize we created this academy. We got it going. We did the business piece and we've done a few short classes. And now we're entering into 3 12-week classes. The first one starting a week from tomorrow on the 17th. And we are offering a shamanic foundational theory, techniques, healing, lots and lots of self-healing, self-empowerment. It's a really magical journey, but we want to give you some ceremonial rites and some foundational techniques before we go on the second and third class as we actually journey around the wheel. And that's where the magic just comes unleashed. It's just an amazing experience. So we're doing consultations right now on people that are interested in entering into the first class. Reach out to Cindy or I, and we would be happy to do that with you to answer any questions, to talk about the financial portion, et cetera, et cetera.
mhm. Yeah, very excited about bringing this into the world. Yeah.
And for you YouTubers, I was thinking, well, how are you going to reach out to us? Reach out to Julia at the Divine Feminine Shaman, Julia at the divinefemininесhaman.com, and I will respond if you
Yeah.
contact
And
me.
if you're watching on Facebook, you can message either of us here. Yeah. Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. Yeah. You know, um, I just wanted to bring something else up about dreaming your world into being. I've spoken to so many people who say, I don't know what I want. I'm just feeling like a little bit lost right now. I don't have a big dream. I don't have something that inspires me. And you know what? That is perfect. What I would invite you to say is be open to possibility, right? Just be open to, okay, well, I'm not really sure. I am not getting any great inspirations here, or I'm not feeling much. Just be open to possibility rather than trying to make something happen, because, spirit will bring in all kinds of possibilities, and then just feel into what feels aligned for you. Lean into something that gets you curious. Just be curious, right? And that is what curiosity is, what can open up new doors for you. So I just wanted to bring that piece in because I've had conversations with people recently who are just like, I'm not really sure, what I'm supposed to be doing or what I want to do even.
Yeah,
So
that's
just lean into the things that pique your interest and get you curious, because that's an opening, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, we just love to hear in the comments, like, what are you dreaming into being this year? What is your heart calling you to do, right? It's your dreams, when they're really inspirational, they're coming from spirit. Bring them into your heart. If they're fear-based, they're from the mind. So you can just, you can just go, I don't think that's really a dream. That's my mind just, taking me on an old pathway that's not serving me, and I'm going to choose differently. So yeah, just wanted to
Yeah.
bring that into the
That's a
conversation.
lovely thought to leave them with too, because it gives that understanding of how to differentiate and how to open for the vision to come in.
Mhm. Just be curious. Yeah, yeah. So, is there anything else that you wanted to bring into the conversation today, Julia?
I think that you've covered it pretty gracefully. I just want to encourage everybody to open their hearts, open their spirits, whether in meditation or just sitting quietly and breathing, and just really invite in what is the inspiration for this year. Because as a
Mhm.
collective consciousness, I think we've got a huge influence on the way things go, and so in our countries. And so I'm inviting you to definitely do that as and become part of the collective consciousness. But as Cindy said, there's boundaries around whether it's from your head or your heart. It cannot be fear-based, or then we know it's from your head. Heart-based is the divine feminine. It's nurturing, it's loving, it's yielding. And so you'll know that.
Receptivity. Yeah, it's being receptive and open, and um, rather than trying to make it happen. Right?
Right. So just inviting you to open your hearts. And we thank you so much for joining us. We're going to close Sacred Space. If you're ready to do that, Cindy, starting off with the Viracocha.
Closing Viracocha over our whole, it's called an Ayu, or our community, and over ourselves individually. Bringing that energy down all around you. Just imagine illuminating yourself with golden light of your Viracocha. We talk a lot more about that in our coursework and how you can work really deeply with that. So if you're curious. Okay, so we're going to turn to the south. To the winds of the south, Sachamama, beautiful serpent, mother of the waters. Thank you for being with us today, for wrapping your coils of light and love around us, for helping us to release those old ways of being, those things that are no longer serving us, so we can embrace the new and dream our world into being. We thank you and we release you. Ahe.
And now we're going to the west. To the winds of the west, Ortorongo, mother, sister, brother, jaguars, thank you for encapsulating us within your courage, the courage to go forward, to answer the call within our hearts and our spirits. We thank you for being with us today. We release you.
To the north. To the winds of the north, ancestors, ancient ones, grandmothers and grandfathers, we thank you for sharing sacred space with us and sharing your ways and your knowledge. We thank you deeply for your wisdom. Siwar Kente, Royal Hummingbird, thank you for being on this beautiful, epic soul's journey with us, for being such a guide that takes us into the sweetness, helps us to focus on what is good and what feels good in our lives, and to cultivate that inner stillness. We thank you and we release you.
Oh. To to the winds of the east, Eagle Condor, thank you so much for being our visionary guides and guiding us into the mysteries of Great Spirit. And Eagle always taking and inviting us to a higher perspective, that we could see things aligned from a oneness view. We honor both the visionary of both Eagle and Condor, and we release them today. Oh.
Our beloved Pachamama, Mother Earth, Gaia, we thank you for how you hold us so sweetly. You keep us grounded and nurtured, and you nourish us in so many ways, all of your people. And we thank you. We honor you. We release you. Aho.
Oh. Father Sky, Antitaita, Mama Kia, Sashka Kuna, celestial luminous beings of light and power, great, great spirit. Thank you for endowing our space with your wonder and your medicine today. Thank you for showing us and helping us to divide between that is which is of spirit and which is not, that we can follow our authentic pathway through our hearts. We thank you and we release you. Oh.
Mhm. Yes, it's just been such an honor and a pleasure to be in sacred space with you today. We would love to hear, what are you dreaming into being this year? Like I said, pop it in the comments, whether you're watching on our very first YouTube or you're watching in our Facebook group. Oh, and I do want to mention we've had lots of people inviting others into the Facebook group, and we so appreciate that, and we welcome you here into this sacred space. People just need to answer a couple of like privacy things, so tick off a couple of boxes to say that this is a sacred space. It's honored, and there's honor and respect here, because if people don't click on the those boxes, we're not able to invite them in. That is something that we just really want to keep this a safe and sacred space. So if you're inviting people in, let them know, just takes a second to tick off, I think it's 2 boxes or something, that they will honor the privacy of the group. And we welcome all new members, and we welcome your input, your feedback, your questions, your shares from your heart. What are you curious about? We're here for you.
We're also interested in any topics that you feel would be great for us to cover. So if you want to contribute that, we will respond to that too.
Absolutely. What would you like to lean into? What's happening in your heart? What are you curious about? We can have a conversation. All right. Till next week.
Till next week.
Same time next week. Okay. Many blessings, everyone. Namaste.